Alright, all you cross-state action game protectors out there, welcome back to the Indy Radio Arcade. And now it's time for us to go into another edition of the $64,000 question. But before we go into this week's $64,000 question, we asked you for upwards of well over $857,000, maybe more. Would you participate in a Bikathlon event featuring all of the events from the classic game of 2 Extreme, with a live band joining you in tow, with all of the power-ups simulated in wind and spring forms that we could possibly throw at you during these said courses? And many of you would sound off pretty good on this one by saying the following: what if we don't know how to rollerblade? Can we use an alternative source to do these set challenges? Another person would say, how do you expect us to go to Africa with this current quarantine lockdown? And another person along the lines of Dan the Weatherman Stu would say, hey, look at these pictures, I did it. And it would actually show Dan the Weatherman Stu not only on roller skates, a skateboard, a bike, and even a snowboard in the said areas from 2 Extreme. Oh my god, he did it. He really did do it. So, against everything that I stand for, congratulations, Dan the Weatherman Stu, you won this week's $64,000 question. And to the other two people, well, you could use some form of alternative travel for the said challenge if you don't know how to skate, or rollerblade, or bike, or snowboard. We would have gave you alternative means to complete the challenge. And to the last guy, well, I guess you could try to get on a plane with a mask and try to pull it off. That's one way you could do it outside of quarantine, but I don't know. I'm not an air traffic control pilot or an airplane flyer currently, or ever, because I'm not getting in that airplane, to quote Mr. T. And I guess with your questions answered and a giant check that we have to give to a certain disco weatherman, we might as well go into this week's $64,000 question, where we would ask you for well over $850,000. Would you, while going through the same chase scenes in Bird on a Wire, try to make your way from Detroit all the way down to Wyoming in less than 48 hours? And that does include you going through the same bike chase scene that they did, and the airplane scene, and the train scene where they would have to escape the cops from. So yeah, if you're able to do that in less than 48 hours, we'll actually double the money for you at home. And just as a little bit of warning, it is ineligible for all staff members, just in case Dan the Weatherman still tries to pull off a fast one for next week. But before any of you out there who tries to answer that question now, you're gonna have to wait another 2 weeks, you extreme movie stunners, because the maestro's currently rolling out the machines, which means we've gotta bring the Indy Radio Arcade for this week to an emphatic close. But if you miss anything from this 8-bit action that we were able to give you for this week, don't worry, we got you covered, because you can catch it again one more time, all the time, on our SoundCloud, Facebook, or even Tumblr pages, named the same, only known as Music Village Radio under the hashtag Indie Radio Arcade Lvl.108. And according to the maestro, if you're able to make it there in less than 23 hours, he'll add an extra $108,000 on the doubled amount that you already got for the challenge. Not bad. And also says there will be 108 explosions included in the challenge too. Yikes. And if you guys want to figure out other crazy and zany things that we still got prepared for these remaining days of this month of Extreme, heading directly into the month of Independence, like a fireworks display you'll be involved with firsthand if you try this challenge, you can head on over to our Twitter/YouTube page and still named the same, only known as the Double Agent 012. And before we head out for the night, we would like to thank, as always, you, the game show and contestants out there, for listening in to another summer blockbuster 8-bit month-ending edition of the Indy Radio Arcade. And we would also like to thank you, the independent artists out there, for doing that musical goodness like you always do. And keep up the great work, guys, because I got a feeling they're gonna need your musical encouragement to complete that $64,000 question for this week. And as a matter of fact, we're adding on a little bit more money on top of it if you're able to provide it. And finally, last but not least, we would like to thank you, the independent gamers out there, for delivering those sweet, sweet video game hits, clips, and high scores that we had a chance to mention during this week's show and for this month of Extreme. And keep up the great work, guys, and make sure you step up that high score game for the next Indie Radio Arcade for the month of Independence, just to keep that gravy train a-rolling. And also for you gamers, keep those games coming, because you never know what show we've got coming down the tubes next that we'll need to mention them on. So keep those games flowing. And I guess with the creepy janitor giving us that look to vamoose, all while holding on to a sparkler prior to the Independence Day that we won't be able to celebrate with this show, I'm DJ Smokey on behalf of the Maestro for the month of Extreme for this show, saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. And we would like to thank you for playing another 8-bit month of Extreme blockbuster summer edition of the Indy Radio Arcade. We're finished, man. We're done. Game over, man. Game over. And good night, everybody.